Welcome to this lecture. In this lecture, we'll see the exploitation of the XSS attack, which is URL redirection. So first of all, what is URL redirection? So URL redirection is basically when the user want to visit some website, but instead of just going or redirecting to the original website, they will be redirected to another harmful or malicious website, where that website can be the hacker's website or the clone of the website, where the user or the hacker will just get the credentials from the user from the social engineering toolkit, or basically they can also get the credentials of the user from the phishing. So let's see how this works. So first of all, let's see for the XSS attack, because the primary thing for the URL redirection is the XSS. So let's see, this is our test website. So I have already made the target of this test website, and if I just go to this website, or basically to this link, and let me just send this to the repeater as always. So let's send to the repeater, and I'll see for this pp parameter over here. So let's see hello, and let's press go, and let's see if this hello has been reflected or not. So simply you can see hello has been reflected right here. That means it has the vulnerabilities, or this is the parameter that has the vulnerability for the XSS. So basically what you need to do is simply, we'll just see this has the vulnerability. That means we have to make some payload. So let's see the simple payload. So let's check if we can just inject our malicious code. So in this case it is a simple payload, but it makes sense. So let's press go. Let's see response. Okay, first of all we need to see the response to the browser. So I'll just copy this, paste and go. So you could see it has executed our code. That means now we can just make URL redirection to this link. So all you need to do is simply go over here. So instead of this, what we have, the payload, so I'll just make Sublime Text, and now instead of this payload that we just create over here, which is, let me just copy this, and if I go to the Sublime, then you could see we have the link over here. So instead of this payload, we have to do something else. So first of all, it would be script, because we want to just inject the JavaScript code right here. So instead of this alert message, we want to get the document, which is basically the web page, which is responsible for showing this page, which is the document, and we want to get the location. So this is basically for the URL. So document.location is the URL, and we want to redirect with this href tag to some other websites. So now I want to make them redirected to, let me say, twitter.com. so we can just do this. Simply make sure you put this code over here. Let's copy this first, and let's see if this works or not. So I'll just go over here. So instead of this script, I'll just pass our new script. Let me just press go. Let's see response in the browser. Let's paste here. Let it give a time, and Twitter has loaded over here. So that means it has a URL redirection. So I'll just make some private window, and now if I just go over here and if I see response in the browser, that means when I just copy the link and when I just paste it down here, then it is something like a verb, but it is actually the link of test.php. So when I just hit enter, it was the website of test.php.vuln, but it has redirection to the twitter.com. So what has happened here was we just made a URL redirection. So user will think that they are going for the legit website, or basically the websites which is the genuine website, but instead they will be redirect to the website of the hacker. So instead of Twitter, it can be the hacker website. So you can just redirect to your own website, which will have the malicious payload. So it can be your website name, and that can have the payload, and you can make user to just download that payload from your website, and you can just get the reverse shell from the users or a client, and you can do anything with the victim's computer with this simple URL redirection. So this is the way to just inject some of the URL redirection. With this simple code, you can make the user to go to another website that they won't even imagine. So this is the way to perform the URL redirection. So see you in the next one.